So today we will be looking at a problem named as watermelon, a very easy problem. I'll be practicing it on a competitive coding practice website known as Codeforces. Codeforces is asked in many of the interviews, and many of the companies want your Codeforces acing skills in interviews. So we will be practicing switching up things today from lead code, practicing on Codeforces today. So it's a very basic level problem, just to implement some math. Like it is based on math implementations, but for today, as we are solving Codeforces for the first time, we'll be looking at a very easy problem. So let us read what our problem description is. This is our problem description. Although it looks so big, it's not as difficult as it appears. Just you should have a clear understanding of what your problem is asking. First of all, there are two friends named Pete and Billy who decide to buy a watermelon. So they decide to buy a watermelon. They take a watermelon, and the weight of the watermelon is shown on the scale. They buy the watermelon after weighing it on the scale. So the weight will be W, which will also be the input of our problem. Okay. Then they both are great fans of even number. So basically, they want to divide our watermelon into two equal parts, like Pete and Billy both divided into two parts, not necessarily equal but even parts. Like the weight of watermelon that Pete has and the weight of watermelon that Billy has must be even. Okay. At the same part, like it's not necessary, like I said, they should be equal. So we will have to find that whether, like, if we take an input for suppose W weight of kilo, suppose a watermelon is 10 kilos, so will it be divided into even numbers like 6 and 4? Yes. So we will have to write a program that if by entering the weight of the watermelon, it will be divided into even number of two even number of parts or not, right? So I have already solved the problem. Let me just show you the explanation here. Right, so we're solving it by Python today. As you can see, if I will write it by Java, I will have to implement, like I will have to import scanner class for taking the input, and then I have to implement our if loop. So better than I will have to sout or system.out.println to be precise, yes or no, right? So better we will use Python today so that our codes becomes like short and sweet, just like watermelon our problem. So W, we will take a integer input, right? Then if we will check if W is divided by 2 or not, means it is completely divisible by 2 or not. If it will be divisible by 2, it is even, right? And W is greater than 2 or not. So see, suppose our weight is 2 kgs, like suppose the watermelon given is 2 kgs. So 2 is divisible by 2, right? 2 ones are 2. But the problem is that when we divide it into two part, it becomes 1 and 1, so which is not even, right? So another condition using and loop, and operator, we will check if it is greater than 2 or not. If it satisfies both of our conditions, it will print yes, else it will print no, right? So the test cases, all of these are specified here. Test pass, this test case, etc, etc. Solve one more time, which showed wrong answer. Let me like show you what like mistake I committed here. So I use Java here, as you can see. I will check whether it is divisible by 2 or not and divisible by 4 or not, which was like very wrong thing for, because I thought that for checking the logic that it should be divisible by 2, I had to also check by 4, because if it divides into 6 and 6, like I know, right? some things happen. So it is a message for you that not your first line of code or not your first solution of code will always result into the right solution. You will just have to look for the optimized approach, as I have did in this one. See, there is a lot of difference in the first problem and the second problem, so it takes time. So this is my journey that I have shared. Okay, thank you so much. I hope that you'll be benefited by it. Thank you to VIT Bhopal for providing me this opportunity where I can learn DSA and improve my competitive coding skills by platforms like Lead Code, Codeforces, CodeChef, etc. Also, there are like a lot of contests going on Codeforces, which is like great. So I'm thankful for that. Thank you. Let's meet us another day.